when you see a movie, it's quite realistic looking. I hope you can get inspiration the way I read the book. I hope just the same, because the universal need of us touching to God is spiritual, and India is a very spiritual place. I hope you just get as much as everybody in the world. I thought if I do it in 3D, maybe the chance would open up. Of course, that's a silly thought, but I didn't know what I was getting into, but I think I found a new cinematic media that it did open with all the difficulties. It did open our views and chances of a new theatrical experience.
I'm speechless, you know. I'm so fortunate to be in these times where, you know, things are changing for India and things are changing for me as well. Sometimes, you know, life feels like it's mundane, it's boring, and sometimes, you know, it feels like everything is magical, you know, things are happening to you. And journey with this film has been tremendous, you know. It's just a long thing which I cannot just explain it right now in few words, but it has been great journey.
It's an honor to have worked with you, and I'm a huge Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon fan, amongst all the other great films that you've made. And I'm happy and I'm honored that a story about India and about an Indian family has been told by you. I don't think it could have been told in a better manner than you did. And it was a dream come true for me to get that email from you.
It's like Ang is a co-musician pretending or with an added responsibility of the conductor of an orchestra, but he always is a co-musician, he's a co-creator. And he never behaves like the conductor. I always felt that he's only with me, but he was at all times with everybody else. Thank you so much, Ang, for having me over.
I'm just infinitely grateful to Daoyan for, you know, letting me be part of this journey. That's all. I hope you guys like it.
Basically what I did is, whatever I read the book for the first time, that gut feeling, how I connect to it, I try to give you that feeling I get. So it's, as you know, a big part of the movie that doesn't have language. It's all visual, sight and sound. So I try to give you a cinematic experience that's equivalent to how I read the book. Of course, this is a thought-inspiring book. To me, the most difficult part of the movie, of course, we have kid, water. We'll get lucky with this kid, and Tiger, and then I have 3D. But after all, the most difficult thing is still I'm telling a story. And the book makes a philosophical point about theology and zoology. It examines illusions. To me, that's the hardest. How do you create illusion, especially with so much money? It's an expensive movie. It has to be a mainstream movie. How do I examine illusion within the illusion I created? I think that's a sheer cinematic question, a very tall order. Irrfan, I know him. Irrfan and Tabu, I know them from their previous work. They're like the treasure of world cinema. People know, like me, we know about them. It's a privilege to be able to work with them.
You must watch her South Indian films. She is excellent, you know, song and dance films. Have you seen her song and dance films?
Yeah, there's one movie I saw. She played a woman cop. It's a crazy movie. She's running around in a shopping mall.
That's where I made all my money.
I don't know. And then she get killed midway in a butcher shop. But at this point, we still have to go there. and starting from there. And I come here to make a movie, use the cast here, and the actual ocean part I did in Taiwan, and I did my own editing, and the visual effects actually spread out everywhere. The headquarters is in L.A., but actually a lot of the artists were here in Bombay. So I think that the world is getting smaller, and Asia is definitely rising. Animal and nature are the same thing. I think we take the same route in the movie, but human is the one. We don't know how the other things function and really function and think, but we know how we think. We know how we rationalize things, but there's a limit. There's a subconsciousness, unknowing in us. I think that's part of nature. I cannot tell you which part. The ration is part of nature, of course. Otherwise, we cannot function. We cannot survive. But there's also subconsciousness that we need to communicate with each other through art or entertainment or body language, something more spiritual. Religion is one of them too. That we vaguely call it God. So there's something around nature. It's something that is so artificial of us. It's part of nature or against nature. I cannot give you the answer. I don't have eyes that to examine my own eyes. I try to. That's why I make movies. But there's a limit to it. All I can tell you is that artistic work, especially storytelling, seems to have like a Swami telling a story. There's always storytelling, then there's a wisdom to it, because story have a beginning, middle, end. It has a artificial structure that seems to be able to sum up part of the facts of life. The visual effects you're seeing mostly done by this American company, Rhythm and Hue. They have two big sections here in India. Both of them has like from 200 to 500 people work for them here in Bombay, and also in Hyderabad they have a big company there too. I think mostly they are animators, and luckily I did Tiger here. Seems like some of the people really know Tiger well. There's one shot, I don't know who of you done it. That's the first time I give compliment to animator, that I start to believe that the tiger will work. That's the shot, and I didn't show you when tiger Pi harassed the tiger jumped up to the bench and settled down, and I saw the life there.
Life of Pi is our #1 priority film release. But more importantly, I think the kind of buzz that has got generated in India after the release of the theatrical trailer is just mind-boggling. So we're going to be releasing it like a mainstream big film. It's going to go out not only in English, but it's going to go out in Hindi, Tamil, and Telugu. Fortunately, as you know, there's been a very rapid growth of 3D screens in India, and we're going to be going out as wide as 300 3D screens itself. So it's a massive release, a massive priority, but more importantly, the feedback we're getting from audiences, etc., is absolutely massive.
No, this is a too broad, definition for directors. Every director has his own compulsion for telling a story. Somebody can tell a story just to have fun. Somebody wants to explore himself. Somebody wants to deal his life with the stories. So I cannot generalize Indian and Western directors. I cannot. I think nobody can. It's just that, that people have different sensibility and they have different approach to the story. And as an actor, you are privileged to work with so many different ways of a person, telling a story. So you have to, the most challenging thing is, you see director's perception and then you have to make it your own. That's your challenge, especially in this film where, I wanted to be playful, but that playfulness was the last thing which was coming to me. This is the role, hardest role which I have played. On the screen you won't find that what is so big deal about this role, but this is the role which was not ready to come to me. Generally what happens when you start doing the film, you do your homework and then you go to the sets and the role starts emerging, the story starts emerging in you. But this was not ready to come out. The first day I shot, I swear, I have never felt it like zero in my life. I felt like zero. When I came back to the hotel and I was zero. And that was a kind of realization. And, I thought, and it was a realization that I said, I have to live with the zero. And from there, something will come out. I had to forget. So it's a different challenges, different, I won't be able to really, generalize in this way.